Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be showing us how to make a cargo pants pocket, as you can see in this video. So I have gone ahead to cut out a piece of fabric 10 inches for the length and the width. Now I folded this into two because I thought that the fabric would be too light for the pocket, but it ended up being too thick. But if you're using a good fabric, you can just leave it like this, no need to cut or fold. So now I'm folding it into two, and I'm going to sew out 1 inch all the way from the top to the bottom on both sides. Now I have gone ahead to sew it, and I'm going to open it up and iron it flat for both of the pockets. Now I've gone ahead to iron it, as you can see. Now for the top, I'm going to fold in 1/2 inch and then fold in another inch again, just to cover up the rough edge on top. So I'm gonna have to do that, as you can see. Now for the black fabric, the length of the fabric is going to be the length of the pocket, while the width will be 2 inches. So to get the length of the fabric that we're using for the design at the sides, we're going to measure from where we sew on top all round, from one end to the other end. That is going to be the length of the black fabric, and the width is going to be 2 inches. So for the side of this pocket, I'm going to fold in 1/2 inch, just fold in and iron properly. Now remember that I cut on fold, so the bottom is already folded, so there's no need for me to fold in 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to fold this fabric now. As you can see, it's already folded 1/2 inch in and ironed. Now the black fabric, I am going to place it the wrong side facing each other, and I'm going to pin it down. Please make sure that you're pinning the wrong side of the black fabric to the wrong side of the Ankara fabric, as you can see. And we're going to sew it all the way round the pocket, and then we're going to cut out the excess. So I've gone to my sewing machine, and I am sewing down the black fabric to the Ankara fabric, as you can see. Now when we get to the edge, I'm going to raise my footer up and then shift the black fabric to continue sewing, as you can see. So anytime you get to the edge of the fabric, just raise up your footer, push the black fabric under, and continue sewing till you get to where your stitch ends on top, and then you cut out the excess. So you can see how it looks like. So this is me just cutting out the excess. So I've done the same thing for both of the pockets, as you can see. So for the cover, I'm going to measure the top of the pocket and then add 1 inch. So I have folded my fabric into two, as you can see. The length is the length of the pocket, and the width is 4 inches. So I'm going to fold it into two. Now on top, I'm going to come down by 2 inches. While on this side, I'm going to come in by 1.5, and I'm just going to cut it out. This is to give it the design for the cover of the pockets, as you can see. So this is how it's going to be like. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to sew on 1/2 inch like this, and leave the end so that I'll be able to turn it out. So after sewing, I'm going to turn it inside out and iron it flat. So I'm gonna have to iron it flat, and the excess for the other side I didn't sew, I folded it in. Now I top stitched on the pocket cover, as you can see. So the next thing is to place the cargo pockets on the trouser. So this is the side of the trouser, as you can see. You can see the pockets. Now from the waistline, I am going to come down by 14 inches. This is before facing the band. So I'm going to come down by 14 inches and then place the cargo pants pockets on it, as you can see. So I'm just trying to center it on the side of the pocket, and I'm going to pin it down. I'm pinning it down so that it doesn't start shifting while I am pinning the sides before sewing. Now this is the side. The remaining part that we have not sewn, we're going to be sewing it on the trouser. Now make sure that the black fabric and the Ankara fabric are the same, on the same line. We don't want the black fabric coming outside, so make sure that they are the same. As you can see, I'm just trying to make sure that the black fabric is not bulging out so that we don't see it outside. So when you do that, try and pin it down. Now remember, we're only pinning the black fabric to the main trouser, and we're going to sew it all the way down. So I've pinned it now. As you can see that the black fabric is not coming out. Then I'm going to start sewing all the way round to the end. So I've gone ahead to sew, as you can see, all round to the end. So the next thing that I'm going to do now, at the side, I'm just going to sew and top stitch just like 1/2 inch on this side. Make sure that it is covering the black fabric. I'm just going to top stitch 1/2 inch on both sides. Now I have done that on the other side, as you can see. Now I'm placing the cover of the pocket, and I'm going to place it 1 inch away from the pockets. 1 inch away from the pockets, and then sew it down. So this is how it is on the other side. So you can see that I've top stitched the sides so that the black fabric is not coming up, and I fixed the cover to the cargo pocket, as you can see. So that's the end of the tutorial. If you found it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.